How important were the African empires in the last 1,000 years? All right, let's talk. What's up, people? It's your man, Timmy Sinclair, and you're welcome to the channel. Of course, we talk about the most uncomfortable things that affect us as Black people around the world. African empires, okay? So, I'll be talking about sub-Saharan Africa today, right? And then empires in sub-Saharan Africa, right? So, if you did basic history in school, the major empires we had here would be the Mali Empire, the Songhai Empire, the Ashanti Empire, the Benin Empire, and the Oyo Empire, right? So those are like the 5 major empires that we would say we had in sub-Saharan Africa. Now my question is, what impact have these empires had on the development of Africa, right? Or development of the world as we know it? I'll give an instance. We can say, we can go back to the Greeks and understand the Greeks, right? We can go back to the Romans and see what the Romans did, the Byzantine Empire, right? And then, of course, the Dark Ages and Britain, Great Britain, France, and the rest of it. But what in the African empires now, and let me say this before we go for that, don't talk about Egypt. Let's leave Egypt. Let's leave Egypt alone. No, everyone talks about Egypt. Egypt has a very complex history. Egypt has been ruled by Black people, Arab people, at some point the Romans. So let's leave Egypt alone. Let's come to sub-Saharan Africa, where we are now. How have these empires shaped the continent? What we say that these empires brought, what legacy we say that they left? That's my question that I have. Because every time I talk about this, people are like, oh, in Africa we had empires, we had the Ashanti Empire, we had the... So how have they affected the Africa we live in today? Let me talk about one that is close to home, the Benin Empire, right? Benin Empire, right? In South Midwest Nigeria. How is the Benin Empire? The Benin Empire, right? Had a very big war, the moat of Benin, something that we Africans we don't even value it. It's in a mess right now, How we say that this empire, what did this empire do to improve the continent of Africa? That's what I'll ask. What did we bring to the table? What did we bring to the development of the world? We can go back to the Greeks for philosophy, yes. For the Romans for architecture, paved roads. What we say for these African empires, apart from the fact that they're just expanding and conquering territory. So there's a large territory, and then they're paying other smaller tribes, they're paying tribute to them. What did they build? And now something they'll say is, oh, we built something, they built something, but when the British came, the British Empire, what's the word I'll use? Try to erase those empires and what they did. You cannot erase things. I'll give an instance. The pyramids, the Great Pyramids of Giza of Egypt. Why did they not erase it? The Colosseum in Rome is still there, right? We can still see civilizations like Roman, Greek civilizations. We can see that they value those things. We in Africa, our so-called empires, do we even value them? Do we even value them? Because, for instance, the wall in Benin is there. It's there. But guys, guess what? Nobody. We don't even value it. Even the Benin people themselves don't even value the wall of Benin that's supposed to be like a World Heritage Site. Is it not funny? Something that's supposed to be like a World Heritage Site that, according to us, oh, it was, well, we all know that it was very, very big, almost like the Great Walls of China. The Great Walls of China, the Chinese, they are maintaining it. We, the wall in Benin, are we maintaining it? Do we even value it, or was it actually valuable? I'm just saying this because every time people talk about African empires, I really don't see any contribution to modern societies, to us as a people. I'm saying this because every time people talk about African civilizations, I don't see any. How did we? I don't see how relevant it is to the conversation today. You know, we can say, okay, so the Ashanti Empire gave the world this, or the Songhai Empire was waiting for XYZ, or the Mali Empire was known for this, and this. I'm just saying, we can point to the Romans and the Greeks, French, British Empire for certain things in the world today, but what can we point to that we can say that certain African empires, or these are legacies of several African empires? Sadly, I don't know any of them, but I would love to be educated if you know any. So please, you can drop in the comment section and message me, you know. But until then, I still stick with the facts that we have in the world today, that most of these empires were just big, in the sense of they're just big. They really didn't have any impact so much in the progress of the continent of Africa and in the world at large. Anyway, talk to me in the comment sections, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.